Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the Angie Nelp Show. I'm Bruce Howard, joined by the head women's basketball coach at the University of Tulsa, Angie Nelp. And we're going to talk about only one game this week because you had the weekend bye, but it was a nice win against East Carolina. And as has been the case with so many of your victories, a great start for your team.
We did. So proud of the way our team came out and just kind of threw the first punch. We were ready. We were prepared. We were so excited to play that game. And we came out, we had just such a great start all the way around. Everybody on the team was able to contribute in those moments, and I thought that may have been one of our best starts this year.
Yeah, you had a tremendous, I think it was a lead as large as 29 in the first half, and I get the feeling that the sting of the Houston loss kind of propelled the young ladies to really come out, breathing fire kind of thing.
It most definitely did. You know, after that Houston game, we were able to go back and reflect and watch film and just really grow as a team about some areas and some stronger starts that were needed with our team, and we were able to do that. I'm not going to lie, a little bit of luck went our way, with some of those breakaways and some loose balls that came up, in our hands, but it's all because of the hard work they're putting in.
I was going to say loose balls, 50-50 balls, if you win the most of those, it's a lot of times because of effort, isn't it?
It is. It's those pride plays. Pride plays that we talk about with our team all the time, the loose balls, the extra efforts, all those pride plays. We really try to do those quite a bit.
So at halftime, you're ahead 47-23, so you've got the huge lead at halftime. What's the biggest challenge? Because you've had this happen a couple of times. What's the biggest challenge with a huge lead like that? Important to be able to play when you're that far ahead.
Yeah, we like to just kind of play these mini games within the games. That's what we try to do, whether we're ahead, whether we're behind, whatever that scoreboard looks like. So we kept trying to play these mini games within the games after halftime.
So is that a 5-minute stretch before the media timeout, which is usually right around that 5-minute mark? Is that how you kind of
usually it? Sometimes there's quicker times between timeouts. Sometimes it's 3 minutes, 4 minutes, sometimes it's 5, sometimes it's longer. But we try to just set these mini goals for our team within each of those kind of mini games that we have.
And you certainly did a good job of that. East Carolina, as you thought, I mean, they're a good team. They're very physical. And they play hard, so you knew they were going to make a run in the third quarter, didn't you?
We did. They're well coached. They're a very good team. One of the things that East Carolina does such a great job of is, defensively they change what they do quite a bit, and so it can kind of take you out of your rhythm. Going into that game, like transition offense was a huge focus for us. So it doesn't matter what defense they're in. It doesn't matter how they're set. Right. We just want to make sure that we can play downhill quickly. I thought that we did that, and that prevented them in that first half from really setting their defense. And then you look at the other half, the second half, they were able to kind of score a little bit more than what they had been, and then that allowed them to press more, to set their defense more, and we were met with kind of some different challenges, not being able to have those transition baskets as well in the second half, but still found success against their zone that they were playing. And
so there was kind of a combination of them doing a better job transitionally on defense, but also your team didn't maybe attack as much as they had in the first half, huh?
Yeah, I'll be lying if I said fatigue wasn't a factor. It was our third game in 7 days, and fatigue was a little bit of a factor, but I was just, Bruce, I was so proud of how our players pushed through, and they had to dig deep. When they did get tired, they dug deep, and they took it back up a notch. But we had those moments where we had to dig deep in that, and we did that.
Yeah, down a player or two. Maya Mayberry did not play. And Yvette Mayberry, I thought, really kind of filled in that gap, not only as your point guard, although you have many that can handle the ball, but she basically runs your offense and did a terrific job, not only doing that, but then scoring 24 for you.
Yeah, Yvette has done a tremendous job for our team, especially here in conference play. And you look at the numbers she's putting up, averaging 20 a game, and she does so much for our team. I mean, you see the scoring each game, but what you don't see are those pride plays that we talk about, and the way that she can affect the game defensively, and the assists that she's getting, and the people she's finding when she penetrates into the paint. And she's really doing a great job for us.
And when East Carolina seemed to make their run, get down by 12, whatever it was that they cut the lead to, it seemed like it was always Yvette making a play.
It was. Yvette made some huge plays. She got that and one, penetrating the lane against that. And then, who hit a huge shot was Jessica Evans for us. They had cut it, I think it was an 11-point game, and she's right in front of our bench, and she hits that open three, and that was a huge shot for us.
And you made 7 threes in the game, and I thought defended the perimeter pretty well. East Carolina is not necessarily known for being an outside shooting team, but you didn't let them get much in the way of good looks from the outside.
Yeah, we definitely didn't. You know, we adjusted some things with some different zone defense that we were playing, and I thought our players did a really great job of that defensively, you know, going in with a game plan and sticking with that. And then Bruce, I mean, in the first half, like, we rebounded really well. You know, we've got to be able to be a little more consistent with that into the second half, but I thought that was one area that just showed a lot of growth since our Houston game.
Yeah, and you talk about total rebounds. You win that battle 47-40. Always happy when you're able to do that, right?
Very happy when we can win that rebounding war, yes.
Yeah, and so you win that, you win the game. I thought Tamira Poindexter had a good, solid game for you again. And freshmen can be up and down, but she's been so consistent for you for the most part, hasn't she?
She has. Tamira's doing such a great job for us, and she, you know, she has a lot of responsibility, you know, handling that pain in there and definitely defending the pain. And you know, one of the things that I love about T is that you see her growth within the game. Right, you see it game to game for sure, but there's moments and possessions where maybe a kid, you know, may look to beat her one way, and she won't beat her that way again. She's very smart. She's a very good player for us and patrols that paint. And you know, when she gets those blocks, like, the whole place explodes and our bench is really excited, and she makes huge plays for us defensively.
Yeah, and you know, a couple of times East Carolina's pressing and they're trying to deny your guards the ball, and
she'll bring it up. Yeah, she's coming.
She'll just say, "Hey, forget it. I'm going to bring it up." And she's got that sort of a skill to be able to do that. And if it's a 5 guarding her, that 5 usually isn't able to swipe the ball from her. Right?
Yeah, man, she creates such huge mismatch opportunities against other teams, and she's definitely utilizing that. And you know us, with the way we play and our style of play and the versatility of all of our players, that T is huge in that aspect for us.
So you win that game, and the Hurricane with that victory, 12-2, now 2-1 in American Athletic Conference play. Did not play over the weekend, had the weekend bye, if you will. And so we'll talk about what went on during that, and then get you all set up for this week coming up in TU women's basketball. That's when the Angie Nelp Show continues in a minute.
Touchdown, Desmond. We are the American.
What is true blue? It's true loyalty, supporting others with unwavering commitment. It's true innovation, thinking creatively and strategically to make a difference. It's true strength, taking risks and standing up for what's right. True Blue is a 125-year legacy. Find the true you at the University of Tulsa.
We're back on the Angie Nelp Show. And Coach, first of all, before we talk about the week coming up, you know, you had the bye week. So what do you use that time for? I mean, how do you use the free weekend, so to speak? It's not free because I know you're working, right?
It is definitely not free. We spend a lot of time in the gym. You know, you really work on yourself, you know, both offensively and defensively. You take a step back, and obviously we have some corrections and some correctives that we need to make from our last game. And then we just spend a lot of time focusing on us and our strategy and different things defensively, different things offensively. And another thing that we do that I really pride ourselves on is we do a lot of player development with them. We work on their individual games with them. We work on them offensively and defensively, just kind of how we can take kind of this mini window that we have and be able to expand their games.
Yeah, and you played on a Tuesday, now you play on a Wednesday, so it's like 8 days in between games for you, and you get ready for it. And this is a good time to have it because you have one of the best teams in the league in South Florida. I mean, a team that's nationally ranked, a team that, you know, once UConn was out of the league, they're kind of the bell cow now. So what about that team and the challenge that they bring to you in the game in Tampa?
Yeah, definitely a challenging game ahead of us, and we're thankful for that extra time that we have to prepare a little bit. You definitely need it against them and the type of team that they are. You know, they're going to run a ton of sets offensively. You know, they have strong inside presence. They have strong outside presence. They're a very balanced team. They're a very good team, but I'm so excited for this challenge for our team because I do think we can show up and we can play hard and we can compete.
Yeah, and you're going up against a veteran coach. I mean, he's been there forever and really does a terrific job with that program, doesn't he?
He does. He's an exceptional coach, and he has great players, and he really puts together a great system.
but you're not going to shy away from them, obviously.
Not at all.
You
No.
guys are going to go right at them, and we're hoping as we tape this early in the week that you'll have some players back. Do you have any idea where you are at that, or is that not something you can talk about?
Not right now. Hopefully we'll get some information soon just about, working our way back to being healthy and having a complete roster will really help us.
Yeah, and that's tough because when you do have a player or two out, you've got to kind of fill in the gaps and do the best you can, and as you mentioned, not get weary at the end of the game. Like there was a little bit of weariness in the East Carolina game just because of the lack of numbers. So get everybody healthy. You'll be a much, not much better team, but certainly a better team.
Yeah, and huge shout out to all those players that we have that are just working their tails off right now with, maybe a little bit of a shorter roster than we had planned for at this time of year. And people are, they're stepping up and they're filling huge roles for us. And like we talk about, it's not ever just going to be one person who fills, a spot that a person may be gone. It's going to be a number of people and everybody doing just a little bit more and giving a little bit extra. And man, my team is doing that and they're working so hard, and I'm so proud of them for that extra effort they're giving.
So Wednesday, South Florida, it'll be on ESPN Plus, so look for that, and good luck, Coach. Go get one on the road.
Thank you.
Angie Nelp joining us here on the Angie Nelp Show. We'll talk to you next week.